Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we're back to continue our playthrough of Total War Attila, featuring Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod. We have our eyes over here in Marrakesh. That's where a lot is going on right now, and I'm going to be interested next turn to see if this army is pulling back. Pretty much what I expect to have happen. My idea of raiding over here, I would say, is a bust. It doesn't seem to prevent any kind of army growth with them. Being an AI faction, I think they just have the ability to grow an army out of thin air almost, it seems, at times. So I may have to convert next time to more of a fortified position if I'm going to stay over here waiting for my opening, my opportunity. At least that will take care of, or should take care of, any lingering army integrity issues. What I will do, though, before we hit that next turn button, is we're going to take a look at a few of the spots over here and see if we can't change, fix, whatever, alter a few of these communities over here in North Africa. Hopefully to get them set up either for growth, to give me more opportunities for public order buildings, or actual public order buildings themselves, so I can get these armies on the move. Because right now I'm lacking just a little bit as far as public order is concerned to be able to get them out. What I also may have to do is let's take a look at our governor abilities. We have 8 of 8 governors assigned right now. What I may have to look at doing, this governor in Tunis, we may just have to move it over to help here. Some of the governors in perhaps some of these more stable areas, we may also have to look at making some adjustments there also. So just to help us to get these armies and the public order under control so we can move on out. So that's kind of where I'm looking. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And there you go. So first of all, we got money to spend, and so that's going to be the first step that we take. Over here in Kusantina, I'm really less interested down here in money than I am in public order. So what I'm thinking to do is we're going to dismantle the silver deposit. Yes, it provides us an income and whatnot. Actually, not a bad income, but corruption is there. But I would rather dismantle this building, and see if we can't come up with a more public order oriented building to help us out. So there is step number 1. Let's go over to Algiers and take a look at some things we might be able to deal with over here. I'm kind of thinking the only way, I don't want to take out the leprosarium, because it's got us in a position to be able to grow some buildings over here that will add some squalor. I may have to take out and dismantle the watermill just to get some public order buildings going. Right at the moment, we have good fertility and our food is okay, so we're not hurting per se over here. But if I'm going to convert this to public order, I'm going to dismantle the water mill, so I can see about public order building there. Then I'm going to see about building up the fishing docks here. The heck with income right now. I want growth so we can gain spaces for more public order buildings. So I'm going to go with fishing docks here. I'm going to see about upgrading here, and I believe the one that provides the most food in this particular instance, because we have good fertility. Thanks to my viewers for reminding me, keep an eye on fertility, because it does make a difference as far as the amount of food provided. And you can see it tells you right off to the side here what the food it provides if you just take the time to read it, which sometimes I don't. But it tells us which one will be the best. And in this instance, wheat fields give us 25 from agriculture, 80 additional because of the fertility level. So that's 105 food compared to some of the others. Some of the others may give better wealth, but right now I'm focused totally on growth. So this one would give us 64 extra plus 0.2 growth, 0.2. They're all 0.2 growth, but I also am interested in more food, because some of these buildings I'm building here like upgrading the settlement, require more food. And if they help the public order at the same time and or religious conversion, which ultimately will help public order, that's what I want to do. So we're going to build up here the wheat field for growth also. So between the fishing docks and the wheat field, we're going to try focusing on the growth. If I have money left after I'm done with my next move, I may look at improving the leprosarium, 2,183 to do that, just to keep sanitation in order as I'm improving buildings here. What I want to do in Biskra, and it was quite easily pointed out to me, and sometimes I just make moves without being as detail oriented as I could be, and that is we're in the desert. Duh. Why are we building a wheat field in the desert when there's no fertility here? In the desert, for instance, food from agriculture is only 25, whereas food from other sources is much better. For instance, cattle herd plus 70 food compared to that 25. Even pigsties plus 60 food compared to that 25, or even a sheep herd plus 40 food from animal husbandry. So we're going to convert right now for the cattle herd just to try and maximize our food. And we've spent a good chunk of our money. What that allows us to do is take a look at two potential things. Let's counterbalance all that spending and non-income related stuff over here in Tunis, perhaps with upgrading the trading dock. Our sanitation can handle it. Our public order can handle it. And I'm thinking we're going to go with the trading dock over here right now at a cost of 4,365, which we can afford. And that'll help, since we're so focused on growth over in these three provinces right now, so I can build more public order buildings, Tunis is under control. So we can start concerning ourselves more with income over here. The one thing I have to take a look at is the governor, because if I'm going to eventually move out the governor, what kind of a public order hit might I take? And authority, that's a lot of public order I'd be losing, and that's 5 public order. It may be that I'll end up keeping this governor here just because, and take some of my governors from European provinces where things are more under control. I mean, we'll see. We'll have to balance it all out. Bringing governors down here also will help us with the public order. But we're basically, I'm getting really wordy, and let's just upgrade the trading docks and get that done. It leaves us with 2,107. I don't know if that's going to be enough to upgrade. Is it Algiers where I want the leprosarium? Yeah, I'm like dollars short, less than $100 short. Oh well, next time. We'll see about the leprosarium here, so when we upgrade buildings here, we don't take sanitation hits also. So there, we spent the money. We're ready for the next turn. Let's keep focused down over here in Marrakesh. That's where I want to knock out the Alamad Caliphate, leave them with only Tripoli. In fact, I don't even mind suing peace at that point. Tripoli's kind of out of the radar, out of the range. I don't need to totally take their last province over there necessarily. But let's take the next turn. We'll see you on the other side. We'll see if anything interesting pops up over here. And something interesting did pop up. I thought I had positioned myself so I was out of range of the garrison. Apparently that is not the case. So with this in mind, I'm going to retreat. Hopefully this does not mess with my integrity that we have going right now, but I'm going to retreat because I wouldn't mind so much taking on this army and the other army in the open field, but add in the garrison too, and that just tips the balance just a little bit too much. So let's hit the retreat button and see if we can get out of harm's way here.
Fall back! Destination reached. Should we cooperate? Our enemies would cower and seek safety.
Non-aggression treaty.
A fine prospect.
No, it's not a fine prospect. That's why I cut you off. We're not doing any kind of non-aggression pact, because one of these days we will take care of the Alamad Caliphate, and we will move north to the Iberian Peninsula. Yes, I've been saying this for how many episodes? We know the grand plan. But we're not going to do a non-aggression pact there, because we will get there. Okay, we have a hostile agent attack going against us. It failed. I could see my guy. The little animation on the screen between turns is my general kind of leans to the side and sidesteps. So I could tell even without seeing this that there was an attempt made on my general's life yet again, but he sidestepped it. And we have Arthur now in Marrakesh. Uh-oh. Someone's died over here, unfortunately, though. Natural causes this time with Arthur. And oh my goodness, I think he was my general. So he avoided the assassination and then died? Oh no. that's not good. Oh, hopefully that's my that's my spy down here. Let's hope that's the Arthur that passed away and not my general. It's hard to keep track of so many repeated names. It's hard to keep track of who's who sometimes. So the fists of the father, Algiers said can't. So we have some attrition lost. Only 4 men. I think we can deal with that. Okay, what do we? Yeah, it wasn't my general. It was my guy down here that I had keeping an eye over here on the armies that moved against us. What I will do, however, our integrity is distressingly low. At least it's in the positive now. But that's I wonder, does this work? I guess I'll continue raiding then, since I at least have changed with the new general here now into the positive with integrity again. And we'll just keep our distance here, so if they want to attack me with these 2 armies, they can. But then again, the raiding really made no difference on our ability to field an army. So what we'll do is we'll try to fortify. So if they do move against us, we'll have that little bit going for us also as we camp out nearby. The other thing is maybe move more into an area that could lend itself to ambush. I don't know if there's such areas around here so much. I think we'll just fortify. Try to increase our integrity even more just because it's so low. That just seems to be the best course of action.
Get the stakes up.
And that increases it to +8. Yeah, so that I think is a good move for us. Normandy has a population surplus. We withdrew our army, resources lost. We lost the grain in Biskra, but of course we converted the building, no big deal. The province in Biskra, however, something we did not see happen, is being contested. Those rebels, those pesky rebels that were way out of the way over here, had the movement to come all the way around and move against Biskra. And in fact, with me moving my army out, they were able to take over the city here. So we're going to have to move back and start all over again, making this happen.
Laying siege to the settlement.
Now what I'm going to do, because there's hardly anything in there as far as forces, they're so depleted, I'm not even going to fight this battle. I think what we're going to do is just a simple auto-resolve if it gives me the option, which it does not right now. We have to build some stuff to get over to the edge. I still may auto-resolve it once we build our things to get in here because it's so lopsided. But let's get this city back, start from square one again with the rebels, and get this thing going. So that, unfortunately, turned out to be a mistake, moving against these rebels and not being able to get back because they were so far away. Keep that in mind next time a rebellion occurs down in Biskra. So we're going to have more money to end up spending down here yet again when we take this city over to get it all repaired and functioning the way we want. One thing we did do, though, we got rid of the silver. I think it was silver mines here. So what we're going to do is go pure public order Yes, there's maintenance cost involved. I'm going with the capital. It'll also help with conversion, yada, yada, yada. This is the one North African province where I hadn't yet started that Catholic building chain, so we're going to do it this way to help with public order, and conversion will also help speed up religious unrest or reduce that over time, and therefore help with public order. Now in Algiers, what have we still got building? Yeah, we can afford that increase in the up to the physician, so when we start building up and causing more squalor, we can take care of that. And then I also want to look at another public order building chain, probably looking at the city square and going with public order in that way. So we spent a chunk of our money already doing that. We got everything good over here. Yeah, I'm fine with Tunis right now. And just to get an idea as far as our religious conversion, Catholic Christianity is still only at 28%. It's increasing, yeah, 6% increases. I think that's similar to what's happening in Algiers as far as the percent increase from the religion. Oh, wow, look at that, because they have the church building built, so that's aiding their conversion. Although the change next turn is only 4.8%. We have the two priests here making it even better down here. But we're at 13% conversion. So there's a long way to go to start getting rid of the religious unrest, which is causing a negative 22% issue down here. We lost a dancer, no big loss with cunning. We demolished the water mine, silver mine, which we know we gained some traits. John has gained the trait flaccid, but I think this is John, who's very, very old. One of my governors, John. So let's remind myself not to move John down. Yeah, there's John. Let's remind myself not to move John down as one of the governors that we take out of place. Now let me take a quick look. It was mentioned we may have somebody else in addition to Henry up here that may have gained a rank. In fact, it's William who has gained his rank. And William, being a general, makes a better fit for constable and our integrity. And Henry, a governor, makes more sense having help on public order everywhere else. And this is another move that will help our public order to allow our armies to get on the move. So we're going to take Henry and apply towards this office. Once he gains this office and moves out of here, we will then take William and take over the constable position. That's the plan. And once again, let's see if there's anybody immediately. Let's get some of these buildings built, then I'll start moving the governors around. In fact, let's kind of take a look at where they are at the moment. John, let's see what Aquitaine looks like. And we got to look at Essex, Paris, Ireland. See, Paris, I probably one of the later areas I want to take care of and move out a governor just because it's generating me some amazing income. And when you start looking down here at where my income is being generated, that will figure in also. Now Ireland, with only a 425 income, I think public order is well in hand over here. We can probably afford to move our governor of Ireland out. So let's make that our first governor that we look at converting. That's Randolph down here. And we're going to see if we can move Randolph down to Cosentina. So I guess I first have to kick him out of Dublin before I can do that. So Randolph, let's kick you out here. And you have a turn that I think you're traveling. So next turn we got to come back and then reassign Randolph. So we're just going to do this one governor at a time just so we don't have super amounts of disruption. And heaven forbid I lose track of somebody and have somebody unassigned. So we'll do it one at a time. Heading down North Africa. Kusantina is the starting point, just because I think they'll be closest to being able to move that army out to help support us down in Marrakesh, so we can finally end that, deal with that thorn in our side down there, and then focus on the Iberian Peninsula. What I am going to do in Dublin, though, is see about a leprosarium to work on sanitation. That's cutting us a few problems, since we do have the funds to get that done. And I'm going to check our lists up here, make sure there's nothing else we're missing, and then we'll head on to a new turn. Yeah, and Adam over... Yeah, our general over here, Adam, has gained the procrastinator trait. Well, I don't blame him for gaining that, because we've been sitting here far too long. But hopefully now that we're taking some steps on public order, he'll be able to get moving, and you never know, maybe he'll gain a trait to counteract that. And Paul is now available to become a general now that we've replaced him down in Marrakesh. And let's take a look at our ranks here. We have probably the governor in Montpellier. We are looking at good sanitation. We are looking at good public order. So we'll focus. We do have the tax rate maxed out, so we're going to focus on any buildings we may do there, cheapening them up. We do have the ability, this is just armor for the commander's unit, not really necessary for this particular position. And then we got rank gained from Stephen. That's our governor in Tunis. And in Tunis we have flat sanitation, which we're going to have to deal with here with this upgrade here. So we may end up, if it turns out that we take a further hit once that's built, we may have to dispose of the silver mine just to build the leprosarium down here. We'll keep an eye on that. We've gained a tax assessor to help the tax rate in the local province. That's for Stephen. Let's take a look at where we have some of our best tax rates, where we might be able to use a tax assessor. Aquitaine would be one such area if we don't already have one there. Paris, Ile-de-France, Essex would be another one. Those are the three that pop out. And Sussex. Yeah, Sussex I said. They seem to pop out the most. Yeah, Essex and Sussex. So let's go see what our governors kind of in those areas are looking like. Now Bordeaux, my governor here is, yeah, quite aged at 60. I'd rather give it to somebody a little bit younger if we can afford it or find it. Age 45, so the governor of Paris, let's just take a look. That's armor. Let's switch it out to tax rate and help out our ability to make some more money here in Paris. Okay, it looks like we've taken care of those. We'll move Edmund on his leisurely stroll around the sea here. Just because I really don't have anything else for him to do.
For God's glory, I could do more.
And we'll have to go see about hiring a new spy. And a new assassin, for all that matter. Since it's becoming a hotbed down in Marrakesh in northern Africa, and I imagine it's going to continue once we get up to Iberia. So let's see about our best locations for doing such hiring, at least at the moment. Yeah, I think Colchester is still, I haven't really done any in-building or anything further south that unless I missed it. So I think for the moment Colchester is where we're going to recruit our newest guys here. As far as an assassin, let's take a look. Perk of aid adds to his authority. Feline reflexes, his chance of being wounded after failure. And finally up here we have scout, which adds to cunning. I think what we'll do is we'll just go with age on this one. Feline reflexes may also help him stay alive. It's like I really don't count that much on these other perks that they've got here. So we're going with Henry. And also in Colchester, now we don't quite have the funds to go with a spy. We'll have to think about doing that next turn. So I think we've spent the money for the moment. We're going to focus down here on Marrakesh to keep an eye on this hotbed. At least in my mind, it's the hotbed. We're going to see if this assassin is successful trying it yet again and see if it helps our chances of staying alive being in fortified position. Let's hope. We're going to start the next turn, see you on the other side. So it looks like I probably made a mistake and didn't click on approve Stephen's promotion. So let's go back to Stephen and see if we can't fix his promotion. Oh, I see what I did. We changed the executioner. I very common mistake for me to do. I changed the household, but then I don't come down here and promote the guy. So Stephen, let's get that fixed up. We're going to go purely with tax rate, I do believe, at this point. I don't see any quick fixes to any public order or anything else like that yet, right in front of us.
We believe that cooperation rather than hostility would serve us both well in the trying days ahead.
So Kingdom of Sicily would like to pay us for a non-aggression pact, and I am more than happy to take that offer.
Your acceptance of good, manly common sense is a worthy thing.
All right, we have a battle ahead of us. All of a sudden, for whatever reason, the forces, the garrison still seems to be there, and the garrison still seems to be weak. But they seem to have recruited new forces because, you know, they are the insurrection, and they've apparently become a lot more popular than they were. So we may have to fight this battle again. The Battle of Biskra, Part 2. So let's get down there onto the battlefield. This is our crusading army, so I would like to think that we will outmatch these guys. We're going to have to make sure we avoid the catapult damage, that they'll have some abilities against us. So we'll see. We'll see you down on the battlefield. So that's interesting. This is not a city battle. Oh, I see what they did is they proceeded out against us to break the siege. So we're getting ourselves an open field battle. What do you know? And it's an open field battle in the desert, and it's an open field battle in which I think we're going to take as high a ground as we can, since they're apparently coming at us to break our siege. That's the impression I get. I almost feel like this gives a better drop off as far as the hillside goes for the majority of our troops. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up. I think I'm going to want my spearmen more to the front. Yada, yada, yada. I'll figure out exactly where I want to do this setup for sure, and we'll be right back. All right, here's our setup. We started on this part of the hill. It still does give us a bit of rising land. They got to come up above, unless, of course, they set up all the way over here. Then that point is moot. We have cavalry, 3 units over here, 3 units on this wing to help us move out and conduct flanking maneuvers. We have all our archers / crossbowmen up on the front line. My spear units are ready right here in the center. If and when, as they advance, we can move forward to protect our archers. That way I can leave my archers on non-skirmish mode, so they'll stay put. And we got, as they move forward, we got some swords units over on the outside. As much, it's not a super long line of spearmen. We're definitely archer heavy, which is more built in a way for a wall assault, but we'll make this work. And if we have the ability to flank out with our swordsmen as they approach our spearmen in the center, we'll take advantage of that. And then we have the general himself and 1 more cavalry unit in the back. able to go left and right depending on where they're needed, or to support the center, even more important. So let's start the battle, see where they're starting out at. And they are conveniently started out downhill. Now they should be considered, since they're sallying forth, as the attacker.
Enemy reinforcements have been spotted.
And we got reinforcements way in the back. Now the one thing I do remember them having, I thought I remember seeing catapults, but I'm going to wonder if they're going to appear or if they're considered fixed units. Now there's the catapults. So we're going to see if they leave those catapults unprotected. We definitely will make a move with our cavalry if that ends up happening. And let's see if this initial force is going to wait. Oh, it looks like they're going to advance before the reinforcements arrive, so I have no problem staying put where I am at the moment. If we do see that they're all of a sudden going to stop, yeah, and this is the garrison force that hardly has any forces. So if all of a sudden they stop and wait for the reinforcements to join them, we will definitely move forward to take them out, because we're not looking at a large quantity of units down here. But if they are going to move towards us, heck, have at it. So we'll rejoin once we get a better sense of what their plan is here in a moment. Yeah, look at that. I can almost count the number of units here on one hand. Okay, my hand's not that big. Okay, they are bringing their cavalry up in advance, so that may be something we end up moving against with our own cavalry. We do have the heavy and medium cavalry over on the sides here. Here we have medium, and once again another heavy shock cavalry, and then we're holding in reserve one more heavy shock cavalry. So in a way, I think we do kind of match up with them. Everybody else will kind of be a little bit in the back. They're going to be in range soon of the longbowmen over here. I'm keeping the crossbowmen with heavy shot instead of giving them the extended range, just because there is a fair amount of cavalry that has me worried. And with that in mind, we're going to bring our spearmen up front right now. Our longbowmen should be able to start firing very shortly. And we're bringing cavalry out. And cavalry out. And we left our longbowmen just a little bit too long unprotected. Sloppy on our part. But we have our swordsmen coming in to help them out. We're going to bring these swordsmen up to be able to help come in behind here. And we're going to bring these cavalry units down here. So our longbowmen have pulled back. We're going to pull back our spearmen, or our swordsmen at the moment. And we're going to bring our swordsmen out here. We're going to bring our heavy cavalry over to deal with this unit up here.
Enemy units have been rallied.
And now we're going to bring cavalry down to take care of their okay, let's come into the back of these spearmen down here. Let's do the same thing with our swordsmen over here.
Lethal blow.
got them coming in the rear. That should really help us out. And we can come in and break. Their attack has broken. We're going to bring our swordsmen back over here for the next range and next round of assault. And we're going to get our cavalry coming down here to support on this end.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
We got one, the medium shock cavalry, that has taken its toll from 80 units down to just 19. We're going to pull them out of the battle. And if we can knock these units out down here, and then we've just done it, we're going to take our cavalry out against some catapults. Now we're going to move our archer units forward. Oops. Alright, we're going to move our archer units forward again. And we're going to run right past their ground units heading towards their catapults, and then we can rejoin the battle in the rear of these guys as they're moving towards our line. In fact, now that we've passed them up, I'm really only planning on bringing limited amounts of our cavalry out against these units. We're going to keep the others resting. So they can help our forces as these units advance. We should be able to take out these catapults easily, I would think. And I see bodies on the ground laying all over, so I think we'll be okay. And we got our next unit doing the same over here. Yeah, they're woefully inadequate. Ooh, we almost got hit. Catapults tried to defend themselves, but it did not work. They're wavering and they are down. So we got our 2 cavalry units off here in the distance that we'll bring back. And we've got the rest of our units that we want to keep advancing so we can charge in the rear as they engage our line. And they aren't even close yet. So all we're looking at is spear units and 1 light melee infantry. So they're sword units, but they're only a light version. So not heavily armored. So our archer style units. And these guys, look at the way they're walking. They are exhausted. Walking uphill in the sand. They are just dragging their feet. They are not happy about this attack. They're sitting here going, why the heck did we ever revolt? And they're not quite in range yet. It will be soon enough. And then they're really going to be moping around. No reason to run our own cavalry. They're almost getting within range of the archers. In fact, we're going to bring this archer unit forward to give them improved range. We're going to run. Yes. And we are within range, and we're going to start with this light infantry without much armor. They should fall fast. We're going to bring some spearmen forward just so they can't run into our line uncontested. And now it's time to hustle our cavalry up here. To attack these guys in the rear as they move forward. We won't have them all run, and they just folded. They just folded. They saw what was coming. We are victorious. We're not going to run. Well, I guess we should run them down, though, because if they're able to retreat into the castle walls, we want them as weakened as possible. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll return to you at the end here. All right, and the last guy on the battlefield made it off. One guy that we weren't able to run down. Obviously, there could have been others before that got away. Let's end the battle. So we lost 185 compared to their 983. That means 53 got away. That may mean we'll have an auto-resolve remaining in order to take over the city. Once again, we'll find out. Yeah, he's down. It was a decisive victory. We are going to, once again, revolters are not dealt with kindly.
Ready for orders.
All right, this force needs leadership now that its commander is gone. Which? Oh, the King's Fist. So that I guess we may have had a successful assassination attempt yet again. We're going to find out if he's wounded as before, or who did we bring down here before? I think it was Paul that we brought down to take on the army. I think it was him we used before, so we're going to continue to use him again to temporarily take over the army. And let's see, the enemy came dangerously close to murdering us again. Fortunately, the wounds will heal given time. Well, this guy's going to have some amazing scars once we deal with things down in Marrakesh. My goodness, he's going to have stories to tell. And the rebel army apparently is gone in Biskra. Arthur in Kusantina, one of our priests down here has left us, so we're gonna have to look at hiring yet another priest. Now that we have some religious buildings in North Africa, we might actually be able to locally hire a priest, so we'll take a look at that. And we have a new birth, Geoffrey, son of Stephen and Sibylla, legitimate, by the way. And Henry has taken his office, so we can take a look at promoting back up to help army integrity. So let's do that right now before I forget. We now have constable open, and we have a potential office for William to take over as constable. Now we have our two highest offices filled, and then we'll have to see who we have available to maybe fill out some of these lower positions. In fact, do we have enough influence yet for Paul, who's beginning to grow on me a little bit? I want him to succeed all of a sudden. No, he spent all his influence on finding a wife. At least he found one that looks halfway decent here. Research rate improvement, personal influence. So Paul, it was tough, it was difficult, but you did well for yourself. So we'll take a look later in a moment at some of the lower positions here. Now, we did have a governor. Let's see if we can get a governor down here. That's the other thing I want to take a look at. Constantina, who is available? Is it Randolph that we had available? I think it was Randolph that was up in Ireland. He's got, you know, he's got some great skills. Let's hope he'll be able to turn things around. He's a statesman. We're going to make him a governor once again. And let's see what kind of edict we can provide down here. Public order. Yeah, who cares about our income? Let's get the public order under control first. I think that's the only one that really impacts public order like this. Yes. So we're going to empower our local ruler down here and get ourselves ever closer to being able to move this army out of here. Let's see. In Tunis, do we have the ability to hire a priest? Yes, we do. Close. Let's see. Cunning. Chance of being wounded. And vengeance. None of these are amazing perks in my mind for a priest. We're going to go with the youthful priest. Hopefully he'll stick around for a while. And then we'll bring him over to Constantina as soon as possible to help with our religious conversion here and keep sweeping across the north continent here of Africa. Whoops. I wanted to go in here. We're looking at plus 22 as far as that, and our military presence is 22. So actually, as we are this moment, we could technically move that army out of here. Religious differences actually is only negative 17. I think that is moving in the right direction. I want to take a closer look at that real quick. Yeah, I get the sense that the religious differences are slowly on the shrinking path. So let's count on that being the case, and let's move the army. Let's step gingerly out here, because next turn we're going to be able to bring our priest over, who will also be able to help public order just a little with that stance he'll be able to take over here. So let's see right now.
Commander.
And that's 0. So I'm actually willing to do this a little on the aggressive side, a little on the early side. Knowing that we're going to get a priest over here to make it positive again, to get rid of the negative 36. So we're going to do that. We're going to get this army on the march. Or maybe what I need to do is get it to the sea. Now, the other thing that happened, I want to point out to you, we did get injured over here once again by this assassin. But the army that was here moved up north, and I think he's probably going to be making a move against Fez, is my best guess. What I'm going to do is see if my spy can move south and confirm this for me.
Can I assist you further?
Well, I don't see the army of the Alamad Caliphate down here anywhere, but he did definitely move by sea north. So let's come down here and see if we can pick him up. And there he is at sea.
Nothing else.
No, that's enemy Imam. I know I saw that big old army go out of here, so I don't know where they are.
I go.
I think what we're going to do is wait one more turn, trying to see if they pop up, because I don't want to go out of fortified stance to start investing here if all they're going to do is come right on back and reinforce. Plus, I got another army on the move coming my way to help us out. So let's get this army to sea. I think that's the quickest way to move. Plus, we don't have to worry about military access in some enemy, some different territory. We can go around by sea. Okay, Constantina, we need to come down here and finish this assault. It probably now, at this point, is going to be an auto-resolve. We do have a few hurts on... yeah, this is the guy that took the most hurt, that cavalry unit. A couple of them really got battered. I think they're more of our medium, not so much our heavies that took the big damage.
Let them cower like kennel dogs.
And let's see, they came out against us, so that means once again we're able to attack. It says we can just attack outright without our equipment now. And it's vastly in our favor because there's hardly anyone there anymore. We're just going to go auto-resolve this battle is what we're going to do, I do believe. You always take a risk with auto-resolve, I know, taking excessive losses. Let's go do it. We're going to be aggressive because there's hardly anyone in there. Oof. That did not look pretty. And we did pretty well. We only lost 46, so I'm happy with those results. We're going to occupy once again.
Ready for orders.
We're going to repair once again. We're going to convert once again. If we have the funds, that is. And we don't there. So, what is this? The mosque. Yeah, we're going to dismantle the mosque. What do we have here? Construction site. And how is our food looking? Really bad. So we got to look at a field and then get the proper... there's wheat fields that never got converted. So we do have the field that we can convert if we have the money. We don't have the money. Well, we're about to dismantle the mosque, so let's build our own church to help conversion rates. We'll end up converting out here. I'm not going to spend any more money at the moment. And we're going to convert. The money that we're going to need is a lot, 11,000. Will I get that high? I'll tell you what, let's dismantle down to level 2. No, not well, I guess I have to repair first. Let's dismantle first, down to the lower level, and then convert. I think our funds might be better suited to convert at that level. And we know we're going to not want the wheat field. Let's dismantle that and convert that also at the lower level. Probably to the cattle herd yet again, the one we tried to. Now I see a promotion right here.
Ready for battle.
And that is for the army. Very cool. Missile damage. We're going to take the missile damage because, you know, we are a missile heavy army. And ammunition for missiles sounds nice to combine with all these. So they all kind of gel together now, don't they? Now let's take a look at a few of these things that happened before we move on. The military investment is over in Biskra. We have a population surplus. You name it, we got it. We are non-aggression pact. Foreign trespassers. Where did we have foreign trespassers? Oh, way over here. And you know something I forgot to do, and that is we want a new army here. Yeah, we'll levy those troops. There we go. Forgot to check that last turn. We got to remember that. Keep that on our radar. We gained a military advisor, adds to authority and personal influence, not really needing to quickly. And we got our promotion there for the military. We lost Pilgrim Sandals campaign. You know, those are no big deal. Buildings constructed, the Leprosarium, the ecclesiastical domain, and the wheat fields. So we should be pretty good up in North Africa here in Algiers. I'm thinking, look at that, plus 12. So we'll start working on what we need to do up here soon to be able to move that army out also. Traits gained. David has more authority, except chance of illegitimate children has increased. David is also a procrastinator, lost some zeal. David, and William. Now which one is David, by the way? Oh, he's way up here, just that guy kind of sitting there just in case. He's the just in case guy that I really don't care about. So that's what you get when you sit around in London with nothing to do. You start fooling around. Oh well. And Randolph is ready for duty. Now let's see if we can get him back into our generalship down in I think he's the one down in Marrakesh. So sorry, we're going to kick you out again here, Paul. Thanks for being the wonderful fill-in guy here for us. And we're going to bring, who is it? We want to bring Randolph down. Is he not available? I don't see Randolph as an option. So no, we don't want to kick him out. We'll keep Paul there just a little bit longer. And we got our priest recruited, so what we want to do is see if we can get him on the move.
Ready, willing, and able. My journey begins.
All right, so that's next turn. He'll be able to reach over here, but we got it preset in case I forget about him now. And we secured Biskra. We gained grain, which we're going to get rid of again. And there's all the details for us. Let's get Edmund moving over here.
On the move. As you command.
And now we've made it to the other side of Constantinople.
I am with you.
And we also have Henry, which we recruited up here. We want to get him to sea, making his move. And then we can also, I believe, we have a spy available to recruit up here. And yes, we have the funds.
Can I aid you further?
Increased critical chance success. Yeah, we're going down into area where self-defense might be something coming in handy. That's wounding aggressors, though. Feline reflexes will help keep us healthy. So we're gonna recruit Gregory. And we'll bring him down next time. So we got our minor characters fixed up for the moment. And I think that is it. We've done everything we need to do. The only thing I have to make a decision on, do I want to move this army? I haven't found the army. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll hold off one more turn. We're going to have to risk another assassination attempt down here, which is not a good thing. But I'm afraid if I come down here and I invest against Marrakesh,
Ready for battle.
I'm kind of feeling
At your service.
that this army that went to sea is just going to turn around and come back and reinforce or attack us again. We're going to have to retreat again, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to wait one more turn before we do that. See if we can gain sight of the Alamad Caliphate's army that went to sea over here. I hate not knowing. I don't want to move not knowing. All right, so I just happened to look at the time that we've taken on this mission. I think we had reached our limit. I was thinking I was going to go ahead and do another turn and then end it. But we'll stop right at this point with me deciding to hold off at this point. We have an army at sea ready to come around for support if it turns out we need it. I think we're in some solid shape here for moving forward. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoyed the little battle we had, the surprise battle we had down in Biskra with our revolters doing a little end run and causing a little turmoil down here, but we got it back under control, or we will soon have it back under control. So I hope to see you next time to see how we continue to progress, or not. Next time. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Remember, hit that thumbs up for me. Leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. And thanks so much for watching.